Offences Act. 2. 8.3.2. The Commission recommends the criminal prosecution for the offense of assault, to wit, the slapping of Mr. Samuel George by Mohammed Suleimana. 3. 8.3.3. The Commission recommends the immediate removal of DSP Samuel Kojo Azugu from command responsibilities at the Ministry of National Security, given his failure to appropriately command and control the SWAT team, of which he had charge during the operations of the Bawaleshi school polling station. It is recommended that he should be reassigned by the IGP. It goes on and on and on. Whilst you were at the ministry, are you aware whether the two gentlemen who have been asked to be prosecuted, as a minister, what step did you take to actualize what government, the report recommended, together with your colleague, the Attorney General?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will take 8.3.1. And it does not apply to me, and I don't have any information on what the National Security Council Secretariat did. I also don't know about what happened to Mohammed Suleimana, but I have a copy of the white paper, and I'm sure you do, and whatever was said about them. I also know that when it comes to Double, the government recommended the government takes note of the Commission's report and recommends it to the IGP for investigations, because he was accused of being in possession of a firearm that was established at the Commission. But it will have to take an investigation to establish whether that firearm that was in his possession was authorized or not. So he was, in fact, the white paper agreed and recommended him to the IGP for investigations. I don't know what has happened of that. I think that is what I can say about those.
Okay, thank you very much. A day after the Ayawaso West Wagon incident, you were alleged to have said publicly that Honorable Sam George came to the polling station with motorbikes and macho men. At the committee hearing, this issue was raised. Were you able to prove whether what you said publicly could be the truth?
Mr. Chairman, in the preamble, he said that I was alleged to have said, unless he's repeating, he's making a quotation of what I might have said, then I can defend myself. But if we go on the tangent of defending allegations that he himself cannot substantiate.
Did you make any comment anywhere that Honorable Sam George, a day after the event, that Honorable Sam George came to the polling station with motorbikes and macho men?
Not that I remember.
That doesn't mean you didn't say it either. Hold on. You don't know what I have.
Honorable Agweja, the question is not harmful. If I had said that he was on a motorbike or not, if I duly remember, I will admit that I remember, but I cannot remember. It doesn't mean that it's true or not true, but it's not harmful for me to deny it.
Okay. During the investigation, did your men tell you how Honorable Sam George came to the polling station?
I don't think it's consequential in this for me to have been told how people, the tens of dignitaries that came there, how they came there.
If we can prove to you that you did say that Honorable Sam George came there with motorbikes and macho men, will you be happy to apologize to him publicly?
Unless you are saying that...
say this because you said you can't remember currently.
Unless you are saying that riding a motorbike is offensive. Because that's also one of my favorite modes of transport. So riding a motorbike is not offensive.
I said motorbikes. I don't know how many people can ride two motorbikes at the same time. I said motorbikes and macho men. So it is not merely about him riding a motorbike as a means of transportation to the polling station.
Honorable Chairman, there is nothing wrong in riding a motorbike. There is nothing wrong as a member of parliament going around on election day with security. I don't see anything. I do it. Every politician has boys who follow him around on election day. There's nothing wrong with that. So even if I may have said it about Sam George, I don't think that, I'm not too sure unless I accused him of something that he may not have done. And if my attention is drawn to it, I will apologize. But there's really, I don't see where we're going with it. I'm sorry.
We can leave that one there. I am happy you did say that the CEO of Cocoa Board is here. And I welcome him, and then Honorable Fifi Boafo. On the 2nd of November 2017, 2nd November 2017, it has been published in Business Ghana that the Cocoa Board uncovers ghost Cocoa Road contracts under President John Mahama NDC government. Then on City News portal, October 5th, 2020, publication of Cocoa Road report depends on government. As the new minister taking over the very important entity as Cocoa Board, I've read the first one where the chief executive, fortunately he's still the chief executive, alleged that a government procured contracts under Cocoa Road, and he calls it ghost. Ghost, I haven't seen a ghost before. Basically, it means it doesn't exist. And then the Cocoa Board went ahead and set up a committee to investigate or audit the Cocoa Roads. Indeed, he admits that the report is ready. Yet they are saying that the Cocoa Road report is not for public consumption. May I ask you, because I've asked your predecessor a dozen times on the floor of Parliament. At a point in time, he said he's laid the report of Cocoa Road audit in Parliament. No, nobody can find that report. May I ask you, if you get approval, will you confirm that you'll be kind enough to the people of this country to make the report of the Cocoa Road audit public so that people can see whether the ghost contracts under Cocoa Road exist or the chief executive misled the country? Will you make that commitment?
Mr. Chairman, with your kind permission, if we can let the CEO take the seat and answer this question.
Fortunately, he can't. You are under investigation. Now you have a role, and it says that, will you publish if the report is available? Will you publish it? That's the answer.
Mr. Chairman, I'm hearing about this now. Every report produced in the ministry should be a matter for public consumption, especially to Parliament, if it has to do with cocoa and not classified by the state. So if there's a report, then it has to be read by Ghanaians, and Parliament must know about it. So I don't think that, unless there's something that I am not being told, But I can assure you that if there is a report, Parliament shall know about such report.
Thank you very much for your commitment. I appreciate that. Honorable, there's this issue also about your predecessor as his reaction to the food